welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is a often requested and I've never delivered it yet video about all my boy dolls. You guys know that primarily I collect female dolls, and a lot of people have asked me, well, what about boys? Do you have any boys? And I do have a few, and I realized I have a few more than I thought I had, and so I thought I would do a video about it for you guys. Now this doesn't include, like, I have some Ken dolls and things like that from my childhood and a few little dolls here and there. These are mainly the collectible dolls that I have specifically gone out of my way to get for one reason or another. So those are the ones that I'm going to talk about here today. So I thought I'd start over here on this side with the Pongratz dolls. So I have 3 wooden Pongratz boys here. This one is a little guy, and he's the only Pongratz doll in this size that I have, and I think he's super duper sweet. He is bald. He's got a painted head, so he does not have a wig on, but he is so sweet. And the thing about these smaller dolls is the small dolls are usually harder to make. They make less of them, and so they're really nice to have in your collection. Now behind him, and I've got a video about both of these guys separately on the channel, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but these are Pongratz dolls. This one here is an A face. Now A face is a face that Pongratz no longer produces, and it is one of their early original faces. This guy is number, I think he's 33. He's like the 33rd doll that they ever made with this face. So I just feel so fortunate to have him. They have an older boy doll face as well that I don't have, and I've never seen come up for sale. That's one I'd really love to have one day, but anyway, that's another story for another day, because you know they're like impossible to find. I only know one person that even has one. So and then I've got this Pongratz guy, and this was the guy that my husband surprised me with from Germany. He was sitting in the shop since the year 2000, and my husband brought him to me. I can't remember, it was 2018, 2019. I think it was 2019, and along with a little girl, and I named him Wolfgang. And he's just so sweet, and you can just look at the dolls and kind of see like the different patina of the wood. That's one thing about wood. Wood is so warm, it's so wonderful. And the thing about the Pongratz dolls is they have this neutral expression, and the idea is that they were originally made for children. Of course, they're really not children's dolls anymore because of the expense. They're very expensive dolls, like new. They're going to cost you over $2K for the larger size dolls. But the idea was that they have these faces that are really neutral, so a child can kind of project whatever emotion they want to on the doll. Now the dolls are full wood and they have springs inside. I do have some Pongratz dolls that have cloth bodies that just have the wooden head, and they're a lot less expensive and they're more attainable for collectors. Now next, let's move on to my custom Blythe boy, which by the way I am representing today in my new shirt from Splattergirl. She has some of these shirts available in her shop. Mine is XL, just so you know if you're thinking about fit. It's smaller than a typical XL for those of us in the USA, but one of my other dolls just joined the chat. Here he is. He's also a boy doll, and I'm going to put him in the floor now. You want to get in the floor? Yes, you do. Okay, so next let's talk about my custom Blythe Bowie. I have a whole video about him. I was really excited to be able to get him. My husband bought him for me for my birthday this past year. He was a doll that Splattergirl did for the BlytheCon UK virtual convention that was held this past October, and it was virtual, of course, because of COVID and all the stuff going on, but I absolutely adore him. His outfit's by Lounging Linda. I love the whole Bowie look. I'm a big Bowie fan, and just really excited to have this guy in my collection. And you know, you could not have told me that I would really be dying to have a custom boy Blythe, and then I saw him, so you know, that is what it is. So that's him. Next, we're going to talk about the king of all my boy dolls, and that is my PashaPasha Hunger, the most incredible doll ever. He has eyes that open and close. I have lids that I can insert into his eyes to give him a half-lidded look or a closed eye look. His hands, he's got so much articulation in his fingers, His fingers just move so naturally. I love the way that he can just kind of pose with his hand looking, you know, very natural against things. His feet also are very posable. They're very naturally posing feet. Another cool thing about this guy that I don't know if I really drove home when I made the video about him, he has no magnets. He is a magnet-free ball jointed doll. So his face system, the way it clips onto his face is very cool. Like, it's not, there's no magnet in it. It just, it's really tight on there. It's hard for me to do upside down, but you can take it off and on, but there's no magnet, and it's very, you can see it's very snugly on there. The hands are the same thing. There's a screw system on the hands, so that's a really ingenious thing, I feel like, because a lot of times magnets are one of those things that you lose. Eventually the glue breaks down over time and the magnet falls out, you've lost it. With these, that's never going to be a problem because there's no magnets. So now let's move on to this grouping here, which you can probably sense a theme, Harry Potter. And I have several dolls that are themed, and I do have some of the less expensive as well, Harry Potter, like Playline dolls that Walmart had. But I'm going to talk about these. This is my Newt Scamander doll, and he was the last doll that Tonner did before he stopped making dolls there for a while. And so I was really fortunate to be able to get him. My mom actually got him for me for Christmas that year, and it was the year, I think it was the year Fantastic Beasts had come out. I think it had come out that summer maybe, but anyway, Mom got me that. I bought the small sized Harry Potter child dolls. I've got Hermione as well, but this is a video about boy dolls, so she's not featured here. But I got these three from Tonner when they were doing a sale. So I had always thought about, and still have thought about, going to get some more of these child dolls and have them done like the other characters, but that's just not something that I ever did. But anyway, I've got those three, and then I've got my big Nikki Britt, Wendy Weird, done as Harry Potter, and you can see he even has his lightning bolt scar. And he's wearing, I had this, he came with a Gryffindor uniform, but I had this sweater made for him because I just felt like it was more homey for him. I don't know, I feel like I wanted him to kind of be wearing that here because, you know, at the Burrow he was happy, and, you know, I feel like here is his home. I don't know. Does that seem weird? I don't know. Anyway, I like to leave him in that sweater. And I just, you know, you can see the theme there. Like it's hard for me to pass up the Harry Potter theme stuff. All right, next I've got my newest boy doll, which is my Oscar Pack. I just did a video on him on the channel. I absolutely adore him, and I kind of mentioned in the video, you know, I'm not a boy doll person, but now looking around here, you know, maybe I am a boy doll person. Like, I really do love him, and there are certain dolls that I absolutely find to be so magnificent that you just can't pass up. And another example of that is my Wren by Lola Atelier Momoni. I love this doll so much. His wig is by Anna Zolotina. She also did the wig for my Hunger. I had her do this in Poupées size. The earpieces are not like quite in the right place, but I think the look is so good. Like, she doesn't have one of the Momoni dolls, but I think the look is so good on him. Like, he's so smooth, and he's wearing a Ken outfit. Now, one thing I will point out about my boy dolls is that I never change their clothes. So where with my female dolls, I like to change them all the time. I don't have that same sort of desire with the male dolls, and I think that's part of why I'm more attracted to the female dolls. I'm just not as like into male fashion. Sorry guys out there. I'm just not into male fashion that much. So it's like when I see male clothes, some of them look really cool, but some of them I'm just not, you know, that into. But my Hunger, side note, Hunger, I'm on Ursi Sarna's commission list to get him a full like outfit and shoes, so he'll actually look decent at some point. I think my turn might be coming up in like March, I don't know, but anyway, video forthcoming. But here is Wren. Absolutely adore him, and I love, this is just a Ken outfit, just absolutely love this look on him, and I probably won't change him for a very long time unless I go to the Walmart and I see a Ken outfit that just is really cool and I get it. So that is one thing I'll say about my boy dolls, is I really just don't ever change them very much. All right, next I've got, this is one of the original Lamy Shoohoos by Rose BBFlockling. So this is an original Lamy Shoohoo, and I also have one of the new Shoohoos, Peregrine, and I'm gonna see if I can get to him without knocking all these dolls over. I adore him. This was the doll I sold and regretted, and then I went and bought 2 more because I regretted it so much. And I had this adorable outfit made by Ola too, and just, he's so sweet with his Hobbit outfit, and he looks so cool, and I love this doll so much. But this is the first iteration, his little wig came off, the first iteration of the Shoohoos, and then this is the newer, so they call these the Lammies, and then this is Peregrine, and Peony is the female counterpart to him. So that's the 2 of them. I'll set them back here so we don't knock them over. All right, next let's do Nikki Britt's Titus. He's down in front. Now he wears Blythe clothes, and I swore I was going to make him a girl when he got here, and I couldn't. I love him as a boy. I absolutely adore him as a boy. He's wearing a Blythe outfit I got on Taobao. I think he looks so cute in it. I love his little molded plastic hairpiece. I think it's a lot of fun. Like, he's a really outstanding, exceptional doll. He's very unique in the way he looks. He's really just cool, and haven't changed him since he got here. Again, like with the boys, I just don't change them as much. I'm just not that interested, I guess, in their fashion, but I really love the way he looks in this outfit. So he's another sweet one that I really love, and I thought he was going to be a girl when he arrived, but you know, she designed him to be a boy, and I ended up keeping him that way because I really do like him that way. All right, next we've got, let's see, this is Julio from the Juanita Perez company, and this is a Playline doll. But one of my big focuses in my collecting has always been international Playline dolls. Part of that comes from the difficulty of getting them. Like, if it's hard to get something, it's that psychology, it makes you want it that much worse. And a lot of these dolls from international, you know, a lot of people watching are not in the USA, but for us in the USA, if a doll is in another country, it can be very difficult for us to come by. And so these dolls were very difficult to come by for a while. They're still not the easiest dolls in the world to get. You've got to jump through some hoops to get them. But I got little Julio. He is so sweet, and I specifically sought him out. Now, another from the same company, and they're Mexican. I don't remember if I just said that, but they're from Mexico, made in Mexico, designed in Mexico, 100% Mexican dolls. I also have Juanin, and he is from, I'm not going to take him off the stand, but he is also from this company. This is a vintage Juanin. I got him on Juanin. His name is not Juanin, it's Manolin. I don't know where I got that. This is Manolin, sorry. He is vintage from the late 70s, early 80s. Got his original outfit. I got him on eBay. It was really cool to get him because I love the Juanita Perez dolls, and I just think he's so sweet. I'm thinking Juanin because Juanin was Mariquita Perez's brother. Anyway, that's where that came from, but his name is Manolin. This is Manolin Perez, and he is Juanita's brother. Now, one of the other newer dolls that I recently got is this American Girl boy, and you guys might have seen the video where my friend Lindsay and I went to the American Girl store, and I got him, and her daughter Avery was over, and we were playing dolls, and I was trying to decide on a name for him, and I never did. I've kind of been thinking like I might name him Giorgio because he's got the whole hair thing going on, like another certain Giorgio from popular culture. So that name's kind of been floating around in my head right now. But anyway, we'll see. He still remains nameless at this point in time. And then I'm going to show you guys this doll. This is Lucasfilmosa. Now, I find Lucasfilmosa to be the absolute, and what I'm going to say, I do not want to offend anybody. So it is not, I say this out of love. I find him to be one of the ugliest dolls I've ever seen in my life. I don't like the way this doll looks. I think he's so pitiful. Like, I really do. I think he's the most pitiful looking thing. I don't know why. I just think he's horrible. But I love him. There's something about how horrible he is that's really endearing. He's really a horrible doll, y'all. I've got myself tickled, sorry. I have a couple of them because I'm a completist and he's Nancy Famosa's. I can't remember if he's her boyfriend or he's her brother. I think he might be her boyfriend, but I really think I think he's awful. And if you grew up with this doll and you loved him and you think he's really handsome, I'm sorry. It's just beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I think he's awful. And he's really got a weird shaped body too. Like everything about him is so weird. Like he is the weirdest proportions and but he's an international playline doll. He's in the Nancy Famosa family. So I had to have one. And you know, he's, like I said, I mean, he is what he is. I had to go out of my way to get him because he's from Spain. They never were distributed here in the US. So he was a little bit hard for me to get. And then I found one on eBay, like somehow miraculously there was one on eBay and I was able to get that. So anyway, and I think the only guy left is this one. Now, he's also not a great doll, but he's very heavy. His name is Dara. He's from the Dara Sara company from Iran. And this doll was made in Iran, designed in Iran. He is an Iranian doll. And I also have Sara, the female counterpart, but I just wanted to have them because of the international playline thing. Like, how cool is it to have a doll, you know, from that part of the world that is made there, designed there, 100% from there. And so that's why I wanted him. I thought it was important for my international playline collection to have him. He's very, like I said, though, he's very, very heavy. He almost feels like he's made of rubber. He's not, but it's like most vinyl dolls are hollow. His head is hollow, but his body almost doesn't feel hollow. I don't know if it is hollow or not. I've not like deconstructed him to try to figure that out, but he's an interesting guy. He's a very interesting guy. I can't remember if there's another video on my channel about him. I feel like there is, but it's probably several years old because I got him a long time ago. But he's interesting. Like, to me, it's just fascinating. And they made this line of dolls because they felt like that the Western dolls were too scandalous. So I'll just say that. So I don't think the Western dolls are too scandalous, obviously, but you know, everybody's values and beliefs are not the same. So I thought it would be nice to have these in my collection. This is his all original outfit. I got him from his original box. Back when I bought him, they were very easy to find on eBay. I don't know if that's still the case. They were very inexpensive on eBay as well. I think I probably paid like $15 plus shipping for this guy in the box. It wasn't expensive. So very interesting doll to have in your collection that's, you know, from another country, from a whole different sort of cultural standpoint than most of the other dolls that I have. So I think he's a really interesting one. I think that's all of the boys. I think I covered them all here. Some of them are laying down a little worse for wear here, but this is the boy dolls that I've gone out of my way to get as from a collecting standpoint. As a collector, they're the ones that I really wanted to add for my collection. Like I said, I have a lot of boy dolls from my childhood, like Ken dolls and things like that, but these are the dolls that have the real high collectability value for me that are in my collection. So let me know in the comments below which of these boy dolls is your favorite. Do you have a favorite boy doll? And do you prefer to collect boy dolls over girl dolls? I know a lot of people do prefer male dolls to female dolls, so I just think it's an interesting, for me, I like I guess it's the fashion, because when I really think about it, like, I'm not interested in as much in changing their clothes, but I love changing my female doll clothes. So I guess it's just the female fashions that I typically prefer. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and we will see you guys in the next video. Who's gonna wave bye-bye? We'll let it be Oscar since he's new. Oh no, his hands are in his pocket. Oh, his hand fell off. Bye-bye. Sorry. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon: Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Cindy K., Bear Sunflower, Diane B., Kelly L., Cindy L., Susie W., Krista R., Victory Run, Shorna R., Shira Star Hobby, Stephanie W., Jessica S., Ray M., and Asia C. Your support means so much to me and helps me continue bringing you great dolly content. For information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, please see the link in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. All right, now in front I've got my newest boy doll. Yikes. Okay, That was a good save. I just saved that all. Wow. Well, let's just go ahead and move these fellas out. And then, let's see. Shoo. Okay. There we go.